Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Rusty's Sudoku stream. I am Rusty, and I'm also looking for my mouse pointer. Got a little early start today, so let's make the most of it. You can chat with me. I've got the game loaded up, I think, from the puzzle I posted this morning, last night. And we're going to see if we can get AY is all right. Well, we switch keyboards at that time. All right. So yeah, I loaded up the puzzle that I think I posted this morning on BlueSky. Feel free to follow the @SudokuStore there. He does a wonderful job of providing a wide variety of puzzles. And we are going to attempt to solve this one fairly quickly. It is an easy puzzle, which is not the least difficult puzzles category that they post. That would be the simple collection. Easy is about an old medium level if you're familiar with a easy, medium, hard, very hard, as I am for my puzzle solver here. The puzzle in this case, it falls into the medium category of that, sort of. All right, we have a few seconds left before 3 o'clock, so now is a good time for me to kick this off. And it looks like it's a good solvable puzzle. Give yourself about another 15 seconds to grab a screenshot, see about getting the puzzle solved on your own, and I will see what I can do. And that's now. All right. So we get a 7 here, 7 here. That means this is a 7, this is a 7, and that's a 7. This looks awful familiar, a lot like yesterday's. Yeah, it's the 6th, so we got the right puzzle date. All right, how about 1s? One of these two is going to be a 1. One there. That means that'll be a 1. One here, so this will be a 1. And one of these two is going to be a 1. That means one of these three is going to be a 1. So can't solve that. One of these three is going to be a 2 as well. One of these two is going to be a 2. Makes one of these two a 2. None of these could be a 2, and one has to be in the column, so it has to be one of these two. Again, we got 3 possibilities here. One of these two will be a 2, and likewise one of these two as a result. And over here we get these 3. So nothing more we can do at this point there. Let's see about 3s. Well, one of these two is a 3. One of these two becomes a 3. We've got 3 possibilities here. And one of these two is going to be a 3. One of these two will be a 3. I've got 3 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, and 4 possibilities here. So let's move on to 4s. This will be a 4. And this will be a 4, and we got 4s done. 5s, we got a couple of possibilities for a 5 here. A possibility for a 5 here. 2 possibilities here. Up here, that can't be a 5. So we got 3 possibilities there. This one gets to be a 5, so this is a 5. And that looks like it for 5s. We just got 2 possibilities each for these 2 squares. 6s. One of these 2 will be a 6. And a 6 here. One of these 2 is going to be a 6. One of these 2 will be a 6. Here we've got 3 possibilities at the moment. Now one of these 2 is a 6. That means one of these 2 will be a 6. And we're kind of open possibilities here and here. All right, 7s we've already gone through. 8s, we've got an 8 here. And one of these 2 will be an 8. One of these 2 will be an 8. That locks in the 4 possibilities, the 2 options there. 4 possibilities for an 8 here and here. 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. Hold on. We got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. Nope. We could have any of one of these as well. No, one of these 2 has to be an 8. Because that can't be, and that's the only one outside of these 2 that's in this row, and that isn't an 8. So one of these 2 has to be an 8. All right. 9. This one's going to be a 9. This one's going to be a 9. This is going to be a 9. And that locks in the 9s. Get back to 1s. We've got 2 possibilities there, 2 there, 2 possibilities here for 1 now. That can't be a 1. All right. That kind of takes care of marking out the 1s. How about 2s? I have to call this person back. So based upon this pair here, neither of these can be a 2. So 2 has to be one of these 3, but that means that's a 2. This is a 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's going to be an 8. Makes this an 8. So one of these 2 is a 2. That makes this a 2. This is 6. This not a 3, a 6. That's going to be a 3. This was still going to be a possible 3. However, up here we've now got only an 8 and a 3 here. 2 and 6 here. That locks up that one. Over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these 2 will be a 6. That makes this one into an 8. No, not an 8. Easy. 1, 2. This one's a 3. So we got a pair of 8s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these 2 will be a 6. That means we've got 6s here and here. So this is a 6. This has to be something else. Can't be a 3. We've already got that up here anyway. How about a 2? Looks like this is a 2. Can't be one of these 2. That makes this a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these two is an 8. One of these two is going to be an 8, and that's going to be this one. That's a 3. So I believe that means one of these two is a 3, and that makes this one into an 8. That turns that into an 8. 6 here. Not 3. 6 here. That turns that into a... Nope, let's hold off on that. Actually, it is going to be that, because that's a 6. So that's a 3. One of these two will be a 3. It's going to be this one. That turns into a 5. 8, 6 possibilities there. However, this becomes a 5. This becomes a 6. That makes this into an 8. This is 6. This an 8. This a 1. 2 and 1 here. 1 here. And that leaves this as being a 2. There we go. 8 minutes and 34 seconds to complete this. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle and the solution, and we will talk with you again tomorrow. If you're on Blue Sky, I will be posting the final solution later this